Hey, what's up? This is Dr. Taylor Krick at Washington Wellness Center, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, ADHD. Today I went over some labs with a family, and they brought in their just recently turned 6-year-old. And first the mom sent me an email. She was referred by somebody at her school, an employee at the school there, and sent me an email. We kind of chatted back and forth, and I explained to her that, as a kid I had ADHD, I was medicated. It's something that I'm very passionate about. So what we did with this little guy is what we typically do, what we often do is we ran what's called a urinary organic acids test. Now this test is great for kids with ADHD. It's great for kids in general because it's easy to collect. But I just want to take a second and explain some of the things that came back on his lab test results. And if you're a parent of a kid with ADHD, you've heard these terms before. So he came back with some gut bacteria imbalances, including a higher yeast overgrowth or candida overgrowth marker, but a couple things. In general, I'll tell you, at 6 years old, he had 11 different things on his abnormal findings. So not all kids have 11 different things. Some of them might have one of these, some of them might have a couple of these, but his was just a really great example. So gut bacterial imbalances. He also had markers of methylation issues. So methylation is very important for detoxification, for neurotransmitter metabolism. Along those lines, he did have some higher neurotransmitter markers, something called kynurenate, which indicates that he could be creating brain inflammation, and fairly high markers of his dopamine metabolism and his stress hormone metabolism, which is pretty common with kids with hyperactivity. He also showed some other things like a need for CoQ10 and some mitochondrial dysfunction. So with all these different 11 things, what we did was we put together kind of a plan for his family, and it's pretty simple for a kid who just turned 6 years old. Now what we're using an activated B complex, a methylated B vitamin that's got a higher dosage of methylated B12, B6, some things that he indicated a stronger need for. We're using a CoQ10, and then we're also using a chewable, the next two are chewable, probiotic, and a chewable magnesium. And not every kid gets that protocol, but the lab testing dictates what the kids are gonna take. And so this kid just turned 6 years old, this boy, and that's about the same age as my kids, my twins, and they absolutely love these chewable supplements. In fact, we have to sometimes keep them away, keep them hidden from them, because one of them doesn't have a child-proof top on it, but they absolutely love these. And I don't know how this young guy is going to respond, but so far in our practice, I don't think that we've seen a single kid whose parents haven't told us that they've had noticeable changes, whether it be lack of focus, or whether it be more hyperactivity, or whether it be more on the autism spectrum, or just different things behavioral wise that we've seen great results with by running this lab test, finding out about some things like methylation issues, like gut bacteria issues, like cellular dysfunctions, neurotransmitter metabolism, supporting those in a natural medical-free way, giving the parents also some dietary advice. Also, I told them I'd be really curious to see his genetics. Sometimes it doesn't matter, sometimes parents aren't interested, but we saw some transsulfuration issues, which could be a CBS gene, or I'd like to see his GSTP1 gene, or MTHFR is so famous for methylation. So we gave the parents a solution today, things to start trying, things that they can add on top of that, things that we could potentially do down the road, and put together a comprehensive protocol that we have high expectations for their little guy, that his behavior is going to change like we've seen so many other times.